Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Sorry it's been so long since we've come out with anything, but I'm just going to get straight to the point. We have new plans for the Civic, and I'm going to show you. Yeah, so basically we want to go from the K to an LS, and I've seen a few of them on YouTube done before, but I want to do one here. I want one here in Canada, so that's the plan. The reason we're kind of switching things up is because originally what we were going to do was take this CRV, the whole drivetrain out of it, and use it to put into there. But I did a little bit of research, and I probably should have done this beforehand, but with the CRV all-wheel drive transmission, you can't just have the rear wheel driving, or the rear wheels driving, because if I disconnect the front axles, which is what the original plan was, then the rear wheels won't actually drive. So there's things you can do, there's kits you can get, but I decided putting an LS in a Civic would probably be a lot cooler, and I think we've been teasing it on our Instagram a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's been obvious, but this is what we're going to be doing now. And as for the CRV, since we're not going to be using the drivetrain or anything out of it, I decided that I might just use it for a demolition derby. So that'll be one of our future videos. We want to do it either for the Leamington or Comber Fair. So anyways, we're going to be taking this out and putting this LS in, obviously, but the plan, or the order of everything we want to go in, we're going to strip the Civic down to the shell, leave the wheels on, obviously, a rolling shell, and pretty much clean out the interior, because inside the car, where we did all this work with our shifter already, but gonna have to cut out all this section here. We're not entirely sure what transmission we want to use yet. I haven't decided out of one from a 370 or an older S10, but still have that in the planning. I'm sure we have a lot of work though with trying to fit this into here, whether it's going to be making custom framing for it, or leaving it how it is and just making the mounts fit in here. I did a little bit of measuring, and on each side of the motor I'll have about 2 inches roughly of play from the exhaust manifolds. So I don't know how that's going to work exactly yet, but I think we'll be able to make something happen. So another thing, this LS, this motor here, is going to have to sit further back in the bay. So yeah, we're going to have to cut out a lot of the firewall to get that and the transmission to fit in here nicely. The issue with this, or where a little bit of work is going to come in, is the steering rack sits right on the cross member here at the bottom. You can't really see it, but it's down here. There's a steering rack, and that's going to be completely in the way of the motor and transmission. So we're going to have to cut into that frame a little bit and basically flip the knuckles so that the tie rods, instead of sitting on this side, they're going to sit on this side, and hopefully that's going to help me. I'm going to have to set up a frame for the steering rack to sit, so instead of it sitting back there, it's going to be coming along the front here, and that'll have more room. It'll most likely be sitting under this oil pan or right in front of the motor. And then as for radiator, I don't know if I want it in the front. I think what I'm going to do is put it in the back here. Let me just go and open the trunk. I don't know if it'll matter, it's pretty messy back there. So yeah, we have all these we have all these parts, and what I'm going to use this car for now is my storage bin. So everything I strip out of this car is going to go straight into the CRV as my storage bin, because right now I don't have a really good setup. But yeah, everything from here is going to go in there. And then for drift events, I don't know if I'm going to set up this car to be a daily with the LS. I mean, it'd be really cool to drive it around on the roads, but depending how I can make that work safely and whatnot, I haven't decided yet. That'll be something I decide more down the road. And then as for the radiator, I'm going to have that sitting back here with a fan set up, and then when I do go to drift events, most likely just take the trunk off. Don't need that. Windows will be open, have the fan sucking air from the cab out, so I'm not blowing a bunch of warm air in. This is just kind of rough planning, only because everything usually ends up changing down the road. But yeah, as for now, and then the plans for the CRV are going to be a little bit different. So now I have the car pretty much cleaned out of everything we added into it except the shifter, the cables that we have to do. Yeah, now the car is cleaned out into my new storage unit, the CRV. Can pretty much hold everything I need. And then if we go to the front, everything here cleaned out. That doesn't look different. All this. Then yeah, as for the engine bay, just to recap, everything will be taken out. Brakes, brake lines, everything's going to be stripped clean, because we're going to figure out what kind of modifications are going to need to be done to the bay to be able to accompany this LS. But I'm pretty excited to see how everything's going to go. I know it's going to work. You can mark my words saying that now. It's going to work for sure. It's just a matter of time and getting it done. But hopefully all you guys follow along, and yeah, till the next video.